Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS news for Monday, June 13, 2022. The Ministry of Tourism is looking to tap into the local labor force to identify, recruit, and deploy at least 10,000 of the 90,000 workers required in the global cruise industry. Portfolio Minister Edmund Bartlett says the demand stems from a shortage of workers caused by the COVID-19 pandemic's disruption of tourism activities worldwide. He says the ministry and stakeholder partners will be diligent in ensuring that the process of identifying and recruiting potential employees does not disturb the local hospitality sector.
So we're focusing on the south coast where we don't have the strength of the hotels. So a level of portability that has to be created among our own workers. And it's one that we have to encourage, but we also have to manage.
Minister Bartlett was speaking during a ceremony at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel on Friday. He lamented emerging reports suggesting that persons have been posing as recruiting agents and are charging potential workers up to $200,000 to secure tourism jobs on their behalf.
Stop it! Nobody is to pay an agent or any intermediary for any recruitment opportunities for work in the tourism sector. And if we find it, we're going to treat them as scammers, and the law will take its course.
In the meantime, the Tourism Ministry has developed a comprehensive suite of tools designed to bolster the sector's resilience and safeguard it against disruptions, such as weather-related events. The suite of tools includes a disaster risk management plan template and guidelines, a business continuity plan template and guidebook, and a national destination assurance framework and strategy. They are intended to provide clear guidance to the management and staff of tourism entities on the basic infrastructure and operating procedures for dealing with emergencies.
It's about building capacity overall to understand these disruptions I spoke about, to know how to mitigate, to manage, to recover quickly, and hopefully to thrive thereafter.
The Portfolio Minister presented the disaster risk management tools to two of the industry's representatives, the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association and the Association of Jamaican Attractions Limited, on Friday. During the ceremony, representatives of ODPEM, TPDCO, and several municipal corporations were awarded certification after receiving training to engage industry stakeholders and guide their implementation of the business continuity plan. The House of Representatives has paved the way for all assets of the Jamaica Development Bank to be transferred to the Development Bank of Jamaica, DBJ, and complete the dissolution of the former entity. The DBJ was created in April 2000 from the merger of the National Development Bank Limited and the Agricultural Development Credit Bank. Consequent to this merger, the affairs of the Jamaica Development Bank became the purview of the DBJ.
The bill before this Honourable House now seeks to complete the dissolution process.
The Jamaica Development Bank Repeal Act 2022 will now go to the Senate for its approval, having been passed in the lower house on Tuesday without amendments. The Minister of Finance explains that it facilitates the transfer of the liabilities and assets of the Jamaica Development Bank.
The liabilities of the JDB shall be the liabilities of the Government of Jamaica. In exchange for the transfer of the rights and assets of the JDB to the DBJ shall issue shares in the DBJ to the Accountant General equal to the value of the assets remaining as at the appointed day.
The legislation also provides for the exemption of transfer tax and stamp duty that would otherwise be applicable to the transfer or disposal of assets by the DBJ. Government will be removing the absolute ban on new admissions to infirmaries across the island effective Friday, July 1. The state prohibited new admissions to the island's 16 infirmaries in 2020 as one of the measures to contain the spread of COVID-19 and protect the 1,100 residents that currently reside in those facilities. But Minister of Local Government and Rural Development Desmond McKenzie says it is now time to open the infirmaries to new occupants.
Every infirmary now has a long list of persons waiting to be admitted or waiting to take up a place in the infirmary.
He says the reopening will be done under certain conditions and guidelines.
Each person who will apply for consideration will have to be fully vaccinated. They will have to have a COVID test done prior to entering the facility They will be placed in isolation for whatever period the isolation lasts for, and then after they have finished the isolation, and they will take one more COVID test, and once they have passed that, they will be admitted to the infirmary.
Minister Mackenzie made the announcement on Friday as he addressed the Homeless Wellness Day of Care at Jarrett Park in Montego Bay. He adds that there will continue to be restricted access regarding visitation as the COVID-19 pandemic is still ongoing. And finally, the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission, JCDC, has been tasked with amplifying its support to ensure the Jamaica Festival Song Competition can return next year with improved entries. Culture Minister Olivia Grange made the announcement in Parliament last week as she announced that the 2022 competition would not go forward, as the selection panel was unable to identify 10 suitable songs from the 123 entries received.
Under the circumstances, the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission will be refunding all entry fees in the amount of $123,000. And I have instructed the JCDC that they must ramp up the Jamaica Festival Song workshops over the next 12 months, now that the COVID restrictions have been lifted, to ensure that the competition returns next year with much improved entries.
Minister Grange says that in place of the normal festival song competition and album this year, a Jamaica 60 commemorative album will be produced. It will include 2 of the songs from this year's entry and will broadly feature a mix of leading reggae ambassadors and emerging artists. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.